I think my husband is in love with my best friend. And my name is Paul Friedman. I founded the Marriage Foundation, and I'm going to try and give you perspective today that will take you out of victimhood and put you into a powerful position in which you can save your marriage. Now, I'm not going to tell you what to do with your quote-unquote best friend. Maybe you just have this feeling, maybe it's just about your husband, but it doesn't matter. Let's use this as a wake-up call. Because if you feel that your husband even can be in love with your best friend, you have problems in your marriage. You are obviously insecure about the security of your marriage, about the love that your husband has or doesn't have for you. And what we're all about here at the Marriage Foundation is we're about creating a marriage that produces happiness, that is continuously growing, and the flowers that bloom in your marriage are flowers of ever-expanding love. That is the promise of marriage, isn't it? Isn't that why you got married? Didn't you get married to be happier? Didn't you get married because you felt that the love that you have is going to grow? Didn't you? So we're going to talk about a couple of things. First of all, we're going to talk about marriage that is not a destination. The biggest problem that most of us start with in our marriage is we consider marriage a destination. And this is promoted by everybody. The happiest day of your life supposedly is your wedding day. Why would that be? Your happiest day in your marriage, in your life, should be today. And then tomorrow should be even happier. And I am not giving you fairy tale stuff. I am talking about what is real and what is practical. You know, love is not an emotion. They describe love as an emotion because in the world of psychotherapy, which is what everyone relies on, unfortunately, in that world, emotions control us. And we should revere and respect our emotions. But that's nonsense, because love is not an emotion. I won't go too deeply into this, but emotions are a part of the human brain, the mind. But love is a very spiritual thing. You can tell the difference. So let's talk about the experience of love. It's tangible. You have felt it. And don't be deceived by those who try to call it an emotion. Don't imagine that it's less than what you felt. One time that you felt it was at your wedding ceremony. There was a moment when all of a sudden you just felt this heart-opening experience. You felt so much love. And the mind starts putting layers on it. It says, this can't be real. It's subconscious to a large degree, these layers that blocks our experience of love, but it's real. You've also felt this at other people's weddings. When you go there, there's just this moment. Everyone says, oh, that's beautiful music. That's what did it. No. Yes, the music tripped the emotions that opened the door for it. But to imagine that love is merely an emotion is crazy. It's much too big. And that's why we got married, to have this much too big experience, evolving and growing every day of our married lives. Where does love come from anyway, if it's not an emotion? Now, I'm not going to give you a religious talk. It's just the fact is that you cannot create love, but it comes from someplace. That someplace, we'll call it God. It's spirit. That's why marriage is between soulmates. It's a spiritual experience. That love is pure spirit. It comes from God. We receive it, and what we're supposed to do in marriage is we're supposed to learn to then love, to pass it on, to love unconditionally. That's the experience. As that love flows through you, that's the experience that we can have in marriage all of the time, but no one has ever taught us. When we experience love this way, and it's a very deep principle, and you'll find it in every religion. It's a commandment in some religions to love your neighbor as yourself, to love God with all your heart, mind, and soul, and to love your spouse with all your heart, mind, and soul. And it's this experience of love that fills the mind, which is a material thing. You have a mind because you're a soul. You have a mind. And as that love is flowing out, due to your free will, it fills your mind. Now, what does this have to do with your husband maybe loving your best friend? That's easy. If you had been doing this in your marriage, providing that love, it's irresistible. And your husband, it would be impossible for him to even look at another woman, much less be interested in another woman. And when you say he may be in love with her, how is that even possible? You have the connection with your husband, but if you undermine it through misbehavior, because marriage requires specific behaviors, and if you mismanage your behaviors, what will happen? Well, you have the eclipse effect. So let's say you love your husband with all your heart, mind, and soul, but you complain to him. That complaint is like a mud ball. You're throwing this mud ball at him. His experience of your complaint blocks all of that love. Same way you could put your hand up when you're looking at the sun and not see the sun at all. That mud ball of a complaint, a condemnation, criticalness, all of those things. You need to learn what they are so that you stop doing them. So here is where I'm going with this. Forget about whether your husband is in love with your best friend or not, for now. Instead, take this idea that you have, that he is or might be, as a warning to you that you need to get your marriage straightened out. Take it as a wake-up call. Be wise. Don't get more into the drama, because that's a big drama. Certainly don't elevate the drama. What's that going to get you? You want in your marriage love. You want in your marriage happiness. You want in your marriage security and contentment. Therefore, you need to do the things that produce those desired effects. Marriage is not a destination. But most everybody gets married without realizing that there's a maintenance clause. Now, you don't need that maintenance clause when you buy a car. You know you're supposed to check the oil, check the tire pressure. You know you're supposed to keep it clean. Even when you get an apartment. Even when you buy clothes. Everything in the world, everything requires maintenance. But you don't do any maintenance in your marriage. You didn't have this idea, well, here's what I need to do. When you get a car, you know, here's what I need to do. When you get an apartment or a house, here's what I need to do. You know it. You don't have to ask anybody. It's common knowledge. It comes with the territory. It comes with the material existence that we have. But we don't understand marriage, generally speaking. The common knowledge around marriage is stupid. You have to approach it with a new knowledge, with a knowledge of what marriage actually is. But the thing that you can't get away from is you can't get away from the fact that you have to do maintenance. Now, in the courses that we have, when people come to us with really troubled marriages, and yours may not be so bad, you may be able to get away with just reading one of my books. There's a maintenance that you have to do. I mean, obviously, you're a big part of the marriage, right? You're half of it. So what's your maintenance? Your maintenance is maintaining the mind. You have a mind, right? You have free will, right? You acknowledge that. Well, how does that work out? If you have free will and you have a mind, you have to use that free will to control the mind, and you do to a vast degree. I mean, if you get mad at somebody and you want to hit them, you don't. You control the mind. The problem is that we don't learn to do this at every level of our thinking, of our emotions, and our feelings. And so some of them control us. So the first step, the first step maintenance while you're married is learning how to control your own mind, how to control your emotions, how to maintain the habits that are good habits, beneficial habits, and eliminate the detrimental habits, how to stop the instinctive reactions that pop up. These are important because you're in charge. So, what do? Don't confront your husband. If your best friend is merely giving you a heads up, then thank her, but then you take care of business. And don't tell her what you're doing. Your business right now is very simple. Here's what it comes down to, bottom line. It's on you right now to start changing your marriage. From this day forward, you have free will, you have volition, you have what it takes, except the knowledge, you can get that from us, to start transforming your marriage into phenomenal. Forget about the past. Forget about the insult. Forget about all the drama stuff. It'll drain you. It'll take you off mission. Instead, focus on making your marriage phenomenal. And that's the bottom line advice. And I'm going to leave you with that. Now, if you do need more help, write into one of our counselors. It's a free service. Take advantage of it. We have books that are available. We have courses that are available. We are here for you. We're a nonprofit foundation. No one is paid a commission for steering you towards something. We want to help you. And that's where I'm going to leave it. So like this video. Go ahead and sign up so that you get more videos. Subscribe. Share this video. And blessings to you, blessings to your husband, and blessings to your family. Thank you for your time. God bless.